welcome to Emily's Kitchen. I'm Miss Emily. Today we're here for Season 2, Episode 5. Can't believe we're at the halfway point already. Today we're going to be making a really fun and easy dessert recipe that actually makes use of a super cool baking hack. It's using boxed cake mix and clear soda. Super simple. Today it's our rainbow cupcakes. It's actually fun because we're doing this during Pride Month, which it's probably not going to be Pride when this airs, but that's okay. Rainbow treats are fun all year round. All right, let's get ready for this super simple cupcake recipe. Let's get into cooking. All right, now it's time to mix together our cupcake batter. This is probably the simplest recipe you're ever going to use. It's 2 boxes of cake mix. I like the white cake mix because we're doing rainbow cupcakes, so colored batter. White makes a nice base. And then 24 ounces of clear soda. I've gone with a diet Sprite. So we'll mix in our cake mix. It doesn't really matter what brand of cake mix you like, just whatever's at your store and most convenient. And then 24 ounces of soda. You don't need to add any eggs or oil or anything that your box will say. This is going to be all the liquid that you need. We're just going to mix this together. Just be careful with the bubbles. It does tend to try to overflow a little bit. This recipe also works to make a 2-layer cake if you want to do like some 8-inch rounds. I just like cupcakes because they're nice and easy and bite-sized, and you don't have to worry about frosting it as fancy as you do a cake. All right. Perfect. So now that this is all mixed together, I've got 6 colors that I'm going to do today, so I'm going to divide this batter into 6 bowls, and we'll be right back. Now we're ready to start mixing together our colors. So I divided my batter evenly into 6 bowls, and I've got a spoon for each one. I've got some gloves on because working with food coloring is super messy, and I always wind up with stained hands, so I'm going to try to keep it mess-free. We have our food coloring lined out. I like the Wilton food coloring. It's the gel, because this is the strongest color that you're going to get that won't stain your tongue. So really, you can use the liquid drops if you like. That's really up to you, but you won't get as pretty of a color turnout. I like these because the color is very vibrant. So I've got my red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. I've also got a paper towel handy because it is a little messy. And then we've got toothpicks because that's what I use to get the gel out of the canister. All right, so we'll start off with our red. So red, you're gonna wanna scoop a bit of the gel out. You really don't need much, but it's gonna add a nice vibrancy. So leave your toothpick in just in case you need to get more. So we're gonna take that and mix in our color. And once you start to mix, you'll kind of notice if you need more color or not, just depending how vibrant you want your cupcakes to be. All right, see, this is still a little bit light for me. So you can kind of see it's more pink than red. So I'm gonna add a little bit more food coloring. Just about that much. That's why these gloves are handy, because otherwise there'd be red on my fingers already. All right, mix that in. You can see now it's becoming more of a nice pretty red. Perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and do the rest of these colors all the same way. You're just gonna take your toothpick, scoop a little of the coloring in, mix it together. So we'll go ahead and speed this up so you don't have to sit and watch it because it's all the same stuff. Now that all of our colors are mixed together, we're gonna get our baking pans out and start filling the cupcake tins. Now that we have our muffin tins out and all of our batter to the side, we're gonna start by putting a muffin liner in each of our tins, which will be done in 1 second. Wasn't that quick? All right, we're gonna go ahead and start filling. This pan is gonna be our red, orange, and yellow, and this will be our blue, green, and purple. So we're gonna start by layering red in the bottom of each of these. So we're gonna do an equal third amount. So a little bit of red, a little bit of orange, and top it with yellow. So we'll start by filling a little dollop of red in each of these. And you wanna make sure not to get them too full on one color. Then we'll go ahead with our orange. Make sure not to mix the colors too much in the cup because you're gonna wanna see the nice layering effect. So a dollop of orange, and it's nice because about 1 heaping spoonful is gonna be the perfect amount that you need. So no worries about fancy measurement of, 2/3 cup to get it the right way full. Just 1 big spoonful. If you really wanted to, you could try to get all 6 colors in 1 cup, but it is kind of hard since there's only so much room for the batter. That's why I like doing it split like this. Okay. And yellow to top. I like the yellow on top because it's one of the most vibrant colors, so it's really fun to see that. It's hard to get a red food coloring that really stands out. That's perfect because these are looking just about 2/3 of the way full like you're supposed to have a nice rounded cupcake top. And if you get a little on the edges, no matter. It doesn't have to be in perfect concentric circles. You just want to be able to see that nice marbling all the way through. Now, if you're going to do this in layer cakes, I would recommend doing 1 layer with the red, orange, yellow, and then the other layer purple, blue, green. All right, now that that pan is done, we're gonna flip these and work on the next color. All right, so this one I'm gonna start the bottom with purple. So a nice dollop of purple in the bottom. You can see that purple's a really fun color. It's nice and vibrant, almost kind of like Dr. Seuss. I don't know if you guys ever saw Hook. It's that really silly looking color for food that you just don't expect it to be normally. All right, spoonful of purple. It's nice because this color doesn't stain your mouth. Like if you try to do food coloring, heavy food coloring and frosting, that can stain your teeth, which is really not fun at all. I've had a friend that got married that had blue frosting on her cake and had blue and black teeth for all of her pictures. All right, purple in. Now we'll go with our pretty blue. Do a nice spoonful of blue in each. It looks like I measured out pretty well to divide my colors evenly because I've had about the same amount of batter for each one, which is nice. If you ever run a little bit short, you can have some that are maybe just 2 color. That's okay too. Just in case something goes wrong, no one's gonna know the difference. I've also wanted to use this to make like an Earth Day cake and do a blue and green swirl. It's because it's so pretty and vibrant. All right, blue in each, perfect. Should clean off your bowls, not dripping too much, and finish with our pretty green. And if you notice your cups are getting a little too full, no worries. Just add a little bit less of the last color. That way you don't get overflowing muffin. If you wanted to take a toothpick and almost do like a tie-dye swirl with these, that would also be pretty cool. But you run the risk of having it turn into like a big brown mess. All right, perfect. So now these are gonna bake according to your box directions. Mine says 350 for about 19 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna pop mine in for. And we'll be right back. So these baked in the oven at 350 degrees for 19 minutes, according to our box instructions. We have our pretty red, orange, and yellow, and our purple, blue, and green. That's what they should look like when they're all done. So quick, while these are cooling, we're gonna make some frosting. The best part about these cupcakes is they come with our 2-ingredient frosting. This is super, super simple. So we're gonna have 2 containers of Cool Whip, and to that, we're gonna add 2 boxes of Jell-O pudding mix that's vanilla. So we'll go ahead and take our Cool Whip. This is the easiest frosting you will ever make. If you get your Cool Whip from the freezer section, make sure to let it thaw first. And add in our pudding mix. You can also feel free to add in a flavored pudding mix if you wanted to use like a cheesecake or something like that. Up to you. I just like the vanilla because it's basic. All right, and then we'll carefully mix these together so you don't defluff your Cool Whip too much. And the pudding mix just really gives it a nice flavor and it thickens it a little bit too. All right. You just want to stir so that there's no more powder remaining and so you don't have little clumps everywhere. That's the important part. And you can see it's kind of taken on almost like a nice pretty cream color instead of that white from the Cool Whip. It's more of a vanilla. Okay, now that that's all mixed together, we're gonna frost our cupcakes. So we have our cupcakes all cooled out here. We've gone ahead and transferred our frosting into a piping bag and we're gonna pipe on our frosting. Nice pretty frosting. And I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle with some rainbow sprinkles, just because it's fun. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and frost the rest of these and be right back. Right, so this is our finished product now that everything is frosted and sprinkled. You can go ahead and see, if you start to peel back the wrapper, you can see all these pretty layers inside. Our red, orange, and yellow. Go ahead and take a bite. You can see those beautiful layers inside. Thanks for watching this episode of Miss Emily's Kitchen. Today we made rainbow cupcakes. We're halfway through the season. As always, make sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.